Commissioner Hawkins, Commissioner Gossage, Councilmember Gotzi Edwin is absent today. Commissioner Packard.
Commissioner Packard coming to you from my home in Ann Arbor.
Thank you. Commissioner Buis.
Lori Buis in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Thank you. Commissioner Inkenbauer.
Hello, Commissioner Inkenbauer here, coming from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Thank you. And as stated before, Commissioner Conrad is not here, so that is roll call. Next, we will move on to public comment. I know we have someone on the line. Jeff, I'm going to allow you 3 minutes for public comment. For that 3 minutes, you are allowed to address the commission. Once the 3 minutes is up, I will interject and let you know that the time is up. And now the floor is yours.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Jeff Crockett, and I live at 506 East Kingsley. My 45-year career was in special ed in Plymouth and Northville, and I have a keen interest, along with Donna Babcock, in providing access for people with disabilities and mobility challenges to parking in downtown Ann Arbor. She and I previously spoke at several of your meetings and have communicated with some of you by email. In one recent CODI meeting, I learned from CM Ghazi Edwin about a cell phone app in Grand Rapids that helps people with mobility challenges find unoccupied accessible parking spots. That really excited me. I was hoping that a statement about this app would make it into the comprehensive land use plan, but it didn't happen. Still, in a meeting with Maura Thompson, DDA director, yesterday, I learned that she is very interested in the details of this app and intends to contact CM Ghazi Edwin to learn more. If any of you have contact with the parking administration in Grand Rapids or know of a successful application of handicap parking app elsewhere, Maura would appreciate learning more along with contact information. But in my opinion, providing new technology and posting information on websites is not enough to assist people with disabilities who would like to patronize downtown Ann Arbor. The DDA should collaborate with CODI to conduct presentations at the Ann Arbor District Library to not only review the current ADA parking system, but also to learn directly from people with disabilities about their experiences finding ADA parking spots and their ideas for improving the system. I hope this commission will reach out to Ms. Thompson to begin a dialogue and develop an action plan. Finally, I would like to thank CM Ghazi Edwin for her participation in CODI. And at the same time, I would like to share my excitement for the candidacy of 3rd Ward Council candidate Ryan Bartholomew. Ryan graduated from the University of Michigan's Ford School of Public Policy with a bachelor's degree in 2015 and his master's in 2019. During his college years, Ryan served as a statewide healthcare lead for President Obama's political advocacy organization, interned in the Obama White House Office of Presidential Correspondence, and served as an AmeriCorps Vista in Detroit. He founded, and this is most interesting to all of you, a Central Student Government Commission on Accessibility and Disability Affairs that reformed emergency evacuation protocols from dorm buildings to better protect students with mobility impairments, surveyed the entire University of Michigan campus for accessibility violations, and expanded student testing accommodations. It seems to me that Ryan would be the perfect choice to be the replacement council rep on this commission during the next term. To learn more about Ryan, please check out his website at ryanb4ward3.com. If you are a Ward 3 voter, please consider voting for him. Thank you for your consideration.
Any other public comment?
At this time, Larry, we have no one else on for public comment.
So we do have a quorum, right?
Correct.
So, all right, so we need to, I would call for a motion to approve. Oh, go ahead. Somebody said something? Well, in that case, I'll call for approval of the March 18th agenda. Are there any questions or anything anyone would like to add to the agenda or have any questions about? Otherwise, I'd call for a motion.
This is Zach. I'll move to approve. This is Kathleen. I will second.
All right, the agenda has been approved. And we'll approve next the minutes from February 18th.
Larry?
That would be
Excuse
last
me,
month.
Larry.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Larry. This is Vice Chairman Keeler.
Oh,
We need to take a vote.
no, we do. You're right. I caught that. So all in favor of approval of the agenda, raise your hand or say aye.
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 Hi.
All right, now the next topic is the approval, since this one carried. So the approval of the minutes from last month's meeting, that would be February 18th, 2026 meeting or minutes.
Yes, this is Vice Chairman Zach Damon. I'll move to approve.
And I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carried. So let's see what we have next. Okay, Miss City Report, Kennedy Cummings. Do you have a city personnel report?
Yeah, so I just wanted to thank everybody who had to go through reappointment this past month that occurred. I know I had sent out an email. We are actually all set. So everyone who submitted their reappointment application, you are good to go. I did reach out to Commissioner Mozak about where the commission currently stands as far as vacancies and things like that. So I will allow her under her recruitment report to update everyone on that. But thanks again for everyone getting that in, and that is all I have at this time.
Okay, next. Any questions or comments? And the next thing we have is our city council update, and Councilwoman Kazi Edwin is not present.
Correct.
He is talking about an update for AATA, but that's a future. I think that'll have to wait till next time. And let's do it. And the next one is our Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped with Katie Muskovich.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me today. I've got a couple things to share with you. First, some upcoming events at the Ann Arbor District Library. We have Acting Out Ann Arbor on Friday, April 10th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Downtown Library, and this will be in our lobby. Members of Ann Arbor Civic Theater will perform 2 original one-act plays inspired by local history. A2CT members collaborated over 4 weeks to create new short plays based on people, places, and incidents from Ann Arbor's past. We also have an event called Inside the Local Music Community on Tuesday, April 14th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Downtown Library in our 4th floor program room. Come join musicians Laura McAndrew, Sarah T., and Kyler Wilkins alongside media members Daniel Long, WEMU, and Lori Stratton, Pulp, in a rare conversation about the joys, challenges, and future of the Ann Arbor area music scene. In addition to hearing from these members of the local music community, this event also features students from Dr. Garrett Schumann's Inside the Local Music Community course offered by the University of Michigan's College of Literature, Sciences, and the Arts. Prior to the panel discussion and public Q&A, Dr. Schumann and his students will deliver a short presentation about the course, its recent partnership with the University of Michigan's Inclusive History Project, and the students' work this term attending and reviewing concerts, as well as interacting with dozens of key figures in the local music community. And I'm also going to have you save the date for Visions 2026, which of course I'm very excited about. Visions will be on June 3rd, 2026 from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Downtown Library. The 2026 Visions Vendor Fair features a variety of exhibitors who will demonstrate the latest products and services for the blind, low vision, and physically disabled. Electronic readers, magnifiers, support services for the blind, braille devices, library services, CCTVs, leader dogs, and transportation services are just a few of the many outstanding services and products that will be on display. Presentations will also be offered on topics related to vision health, services, and assistive technology. And I will have a full list of event speakers and vendors for you soon, probably next month. And then as always, we'll talk about some of our library materials and remind you that Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Print Disabled patrons can order digital cartridges or find out if we've got certain things by giving us a call at 734-327-4224, or you can email us at wlbpd@aadl.org. And we encourage all of our patrons to sign up for the Braille and audio reading service, Bard, where you can download your own books, and you can visit their website at nlsbard.loc.gov or give us a call and we can assist you with that application. And I'm going to highlight a couple of books that you can recently find on Bard. This one is one that I personally have been waiting for a while, so I was excited to see it. It's called Unseen: How I Lost My Vision But Found My Voice by Molly Burke. And this is from social media star and change maker Molly Burke, a vulnerable, honest, and darkly humorous memoir on navigating the challenges of being a blind woman in a sighted world. When Molly Burke was 4 years old, she was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa, a rare degenerative eye disease that leads to eventual blindness, forcing her to see the world through new eyes, literally. Growing up disabled didn't stop her from playing sports, becoming a rock climbing instructor, or winning a beauty pageant, but other people's narrow perceptions of her held her back. Years of relentless bullying, toxic work environments, a rodent-infested apartment, and life's lowest moments were juxtaposed with red carpets, first-class flights, and personal and professional achievements. Throughout her life, Molly has learned to appreciate the duality, and most importantly, she's learned the beauty of being unapologetically yourself and standing up for what you truly believe in. In Unseen, Molly chronicles her journey as a disabled woman, entrepreneur, and entertainer, illuminating what her experiences have taught her and what she hopes others can learn from her hardship and successes. Part memoir, part rallying cry for a more compassionate and empathetic world, Unseen recounts Molly's life and experiences fighting against the expectations society set for her, and in doing so, helps readers find their own voice, inner strength, and self-acceptance. And there's also another book that I'd like to highlight called City Power: Urban Governance in a Global Age by Richard C. Schrager. Reigning theories of urban power suggest that in a world dominated by footloose transnational capital, cities have little capacity to affect social change. In City Power, Schrager challenges this conventional wisdom, arguing that cities can and should pursue aims other than making themselves attractive to global capital. Using the municipal living wage movement as an example, Schrager explains why cities are well positioned to address issues like income equality and how our institutions can be designed to allow them to do so. And that is everything that I have for you all today. Does anybody have any questions or comments for me? Zach, your hand is raised.
Yes. I just want to again thank the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Physically Disabled for all of their work, and I want to encourage all of us on the commission, as well as in the community, to attend Visions in June. And I also hope that our commission can discuss later about attending Visions and showing our support there. Thank you so much to Katie and to all the staff of the Ann Arbor District Library.
Thank you, Zach. And yes, we always look forward to seeing as many of you as possible at Visions, and we hope that you can be a vendor again this year. It's always great to have your table there.
Larry, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, I think I finally figured out how to do that. No, my question is, Zach stole some of my thunder, but it's going to come back. My question is, when is the latest we register by?
Let me get that date for you. I've got it up here soon. So our registration closes on April 15th. But I will say that sometimes our spots fill up before then. So we're not close to capacity at this point, but the sooner that you can get that together for us, the better shot you've got at getting a table. And we'd like to be there. So
Good to know. Thank you.
One more. I have my hand raised physically.
Hey, Rob.
Hi. Appreciate the book recommendations. I am actually in the process of listening to the last book, Politics is Power, and that Molly Burke book is a very wildly popular book in the blind low vision community. So kudos on having that in the library there. I wanted to double check the dates on the first two events and times, floors. Just I tried to take notes and didn't quite get it. Thank you.
Sure. So Acting Out Ann Arbor is on Friday, April 10th. That's 6 to 7:30 p.m. And then Inside the Local Music Community is on Tuesday, April 14th, 6 to 7:30 p.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else today? All right. Well, thank you all so much for having me. As usual, good to be here, and I'll see you next month.
Thank you. Commissioner Hawkins, you are here. I am trying to promote you to a panelist. Are you able to join as a panelist? I think you're muted. Are you able to unmute, Commissioner Hawkins? Okay, Larry, I'll let it go back to you.
All right. Next, we have the Disability Network, Washtenaw, Monroe, and Livingston County report from Andrea Henry. And so, Andrea, step up.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks, Larry. Just want to share a couple of upcoming events that we have happening at Disability Network. The first is a return of a spring session of our Theater B classes. Those will be starting on Thursday, April 2nd, and running every Thursday through the 21st of May from 3:30 to 5 p.m. The spring session is unique in that it offers up an opportunity for a performance. The performance is scheduled for May 7th during our Spring Arts Expo. During those Thursday theater classes, there'll be theater games, script writing, singing, dancing, friendship, and the opportunity to put together that performance. Participants can show off in a supportive and friendly environment where the rules are simple. Be yourself and be encouraging. That's for ages 14 plus with all abilities and experience. Welcome. So more information about that can be had by calling and contacting Robin at 734-889-9380 or via email robin@dnwml.org. We also have a current open call for artists. Disability Network welcomes submissions across all media, 2D, 3D, performance, documentary, animation, and more, from disabled artists looking to showcase their disability pride and creative talents at our 4th annual Disability Pride Art Exhibition. Deadline to apply is May 17th at midnight. The exhibition will run Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. June 17th through July 31st. with a reception on July 25th at our ADA celebration. Contact Claire Moore at 734-889-9680 or Claire at dnwml.org for more information on submitting your art for that exhibition. And I guess since I've quickly referenced it already, please do save the date with lots more information to come. But we will be again celebrating the ADA anniversary, and that event is going to happen on Saturday, July 25th. More details to come as that gets a little closer. That's all I have today for the commission, unless anybody has any questions.
Is there any questions?
We have one.
Next, we do. Go
Vice
ahead.
Chair Damon, go ahead.
Hey, just more of a comment, and thank you so much, Andrea. I'm very excited to hear of the date for the ADA celebration. Excuse me, Saturday, July 25th. Pardon me. Could you repeat the dates of Theater B, please?
Sure. Theater B is going to be every Thursday, starting April 2nd through the 21st of May, from 3:30 to 5 p.m.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? All right, then next we will call on the Partners in Access Committee, and that would be Commissioner Packard. Go for it.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Just fine.
All
Yes, we
right,
can.
good deal. Excellent. So, yeah, we had our Partners in Access meeting. It was 1 week ago. And to anyone who wants to join those, they are I believe, the second Wednesday from starting at 5 o'clock. And in our commission meeting, we had Larry Keeler and Sam Eckenbauer and Kennedy and myself were all there as part of the meeting. And we talked about a few things. The comprehensive land use plan, of course, is first and foremost on a lot of minds right now. And we discussed some of the things that, some of the concerns I think that have been brought. There's a new fourth, I believe it's the fourth draft that's now out. And there is a link to that. I don't know if the commission would like us to maybe send the entire fourth draft. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that I think it's 96 or so pages long. And one of the concerns that had been brought forward is whether it's written into the plan, stating the handicap parking spaces and the reduction in parking spaces, if there's anything written in there to make sure that there's compliance with that into the plan. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm correct on the ordinance. I believe it's like one handicap parking space for every 25 spaces, but whichever the rule is, just making sure that that's enforced as well. And then we talked about the bus changes with our AATA, that after May 3rd, AATA will be moving that the main Blake terminal will be moved down. What was that, Washington? And feel free to anyone if you need to chime in and add any or correct anything. But the discussion that Larry had brought up is that they have brought up the idea that we should be maybe announcing that on the buses, especially throughout the month of April coming up, so that passengers are quite familiar with that, so there's less confusion. And of course, everyone's excited about Visions coming up June 3rd, 11 to 4 p.m. And I know we'll still looking at making sure that the table's finalized and we have all of the volunteers. So, and let's see. Yeah, the comprehensive land use plan. And then we have talked before, ongoing in the past over whether our buses do have auditory announcements of stops and whether they're sufficient or not. And I mentioned also that there was a case where a bus passed by, and it's possible, but everyone's human. Sometimes you might not see a person at the stop, and just to make sure that we're all that buses that they notice the passengers when they're waiting. It could be easy sometimes to make a mistake and between people on the sidewalk and those who are waiting for the buses, but I ended up walking home a couple miles because the bus just passed by, and I decided to walk. Fortunately, it was a 70-degree day. So we're back to snow now. And another matter that I brought up in our meeting that we had with Partners in Access, we just keep up on the news of things going on right now, and I had just saw a case of a man in New York who was picked up. It was a customs immigration situation, and I don't know if anyone heard the story of what had happened, but this is a man who was here legally and a refugee, and he had been using a shower curtain as a cane. And when they realized that it was in Buffalo, New York, so it's not our area, but he was dropped off several miles from his actual home outside of a closed coffee shop in sub-freezing temperatures and found deceased, I think 3 days later. And reading that story kind of touched me just to, I think his name was Nurul Amim, and it just touched me that these are the people that we're here to reach out to, and they're sometimes the hardest to reach, those who might not have cell phones, and how many ways that this man had fallen through the cracks, that why didn't he even have a cane, and how can we find folks like that in this area who don't have cell phones and computers to join our commission meeting today. And it would just be worth exploring whether we work with ERs, police, homeless shelters, things like that. I think just to make sure that those kinds of things don't happen here, and we can help be a safety net for those. So, and I actually spoke with optometrist and where I go to clinic here in Ann Arbor at the Kellogg, and mentioned that if there's anything that they know of and ways that we can find folks that may not know how to find us. Anyway, that's kind of the meeting, and feel free, Sam, Larry, or anyone else, if you have anything else to add that I might not have mentioned.
Good job,
Sure,
Commissioner.
you did a great job.
Thank you. Oh, yes, one more thing. And last but certainly not least, we discussed our ongoing project on creating social media posts, and that I know Zach has done great at reaching out and finding resources, and has connected with the U of M social media coordinator. And I understand also we mentioned that I believe the city there's a new public information officer. And so I think we're in the process of trying to set up those two, because of course, when we create a social media, like as in a Facebook page for the Commission on Disability Issues, we of course will have to work with folks like that. So I'll look forward to those coming up soon to get the breakthroughs with that. Thank you.
Yeah, by the way, Commissioner Ackenbauer, how's that going? The social media.
Well, I think we emailed Zach. Said that the city recently appointed the communications director. So I think we're reaching out to both the communications director and the director of social media for the office of the vice president for communications at the University of Michigan to talk to them. Yeah.
Vice Chair Damon, you have your hand raised.
Yes, Chair Keeler just wanted to give additional information to that. Yeah, so the social media committee for the commission will be reaching out to the new city communications director, as well as the head of social media for the University of Michigan, as Commissioner Aikenbauer alliterated to. So I hope to reach out to them both this week in hopes of setting up a time to meet with them. I was going to basically talk to the committee about meeting with each party individually to talk about some plans. And then if we really needed to, though, we could, meet with all of them united so that we could formulate a plan. But I think right now, Chair Keeler, I think the best option is to set up an individual meeting with each of them virtually. Sam already has great ideas on what we could do for the social media campaigns. The key is just solidifying our targets. So, Instagram, Facebook, I think are the two accounts that we want to start with first, but then just knowing who is going to maintain that, because once you start it, in order for it to be effective and in order for the community to really view it as something, as a viable resource, it has to be maintained and maintained accurately. So it's really going to be where the social media committee will be talking about what is our capacity for that. How can we set up a strategy and a routine to routinely update it so that it is always accurate and members of the community can follow that as a resource outside of our website. Thank you.
Okay, now I should put next month. I'll start putting the report from that committee on the agenda so we can hear out what your progress is. Next is Rachel Hawkins with Community Access.
Hi, I'm right here, Larry. Thank you. So last update I had from Melissa Bondi about CTN was that they're still booking guests for the new year, so they have some possibilities. I know they are open to options and ideas as well. If there are ideas for Ann Arbor Inclusive that the commission would like to bring to them, or the community in general, that those are definitely options as well. So I don't have a lot to report besides for that. They should be sending me another update soon by email about what will be released and when.
Okay, Kennedy, I'll have to ask you to go down the agenda because my computer just did something funny and cut me right out of it.
Oh, that's
So
okay.
who's next on the? Sorry about that, but who's next on the agenda?
It was Commissioner Mozak, but she has her hand up as well. Go ahead, Commissioner Mozak.
Hi, thank you so much. I just wanted to give a little bit of additional information that I don't think was shared with Rachel. So I did meet with Tim and Melissa Bondi. Tim Nage is the one of the producers of Ann Arbor Inclusive, and I met with them at CTN. So I will be subbing for Claire when she is unable to do shows. I was told originally that March and April were taken care of, but I just received an email from Tim saying that they'd like to shoot a show on August or April 20th, and that will be with Public Affairs, the PACE unit out at AAATA. And so that will be happening on April 20th.
Wonderful. Thanks for the update and glad to hear you have so many upcoming opportunities to host.
And I will make sure that you are included in those email bursts since you are the chair of the committee. I don't want to use authority, so I apologize that you didn't know.
Not a problem. Thanks, Kathleen.
Kathleen, this is Vice Chair Damon. First of all, congratulations, and second of all, excited for your opportunity there. Have no doubt you'll do very well stepping in for Claire there. So as soon as those episodes come out, please let us know. We'd like to be able to share those and support, but also support Ann Arbor Inclusive as well. And yes, thank you to Commissioner Hawkins for all of your work with the Community Engagement Committee.
Perfect. Next, we have recruiting activity with Kathleen Mozak. Commissioner Kathleen, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I know that we have 2 current openings. There are 11, and I think there are 13 positions available for our commission. I did get an opportunity to review the 3 applications that we have. Unfortunately, those applications are from last year. I will reach out and see if they're still interested, but there was one in March, one in April, and one in August of last year. So I'm not sure how those are going to pan out. But I would like to ask anyone that if you have someone in mind, if you're on the street and you see someone and they're talking about the city of Ann Arbor and you think they might be a good fit, please encourage them to apply to be on the commission. And I also want to thank Kennedy for following through. I had sort of slipped through her radar, and I had contacted Sarah Alanis, who does the boards and commissions applications. She manages them at the city. And so I just want to thank Kennedy for her understanding, and I will make sure going forward that I will reach through you.
No problem at all. I'm always happy to help. I'm glad I was able to assist and help. And of course, if there's any additional things you need as far as recruitment goes for the commission of Commissioner Mozak, I'm always happy to help.
Thank you so much.
And Commissioner Mozak, that goes for Vice Chairman Damon as well. I've been through that, processes. Kennedy and I have quite a bit. So if you need any assistance there, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you.
Same here. And also, again, if anybody sees, we talk to anybody, we can have them fill out an application from the AA2.gov boards and commissions, and they can go there and fill it out. And once Kennedy gets a hold of it, she'll let us know. And I'm imagining at least Zach or I and you, Kathleen, will review it and get it out there.
That's all.
And next on the list.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure. Thank you, Kathleen. All right, Larry, you are next up. We have the Transportation Commission update with Larry Keeler.
Okay, there were some things brought up like the MDOT is going to resurface Washtenaw kind of near the campus, near the Xena Pitcher area, and down a little, and west of there a little bit. And they're also going to patch up parts of Huron. They're going to resurface the area. Apparently, a lot of those areas on Huron and on Washtenaw kind of need resurfacing, so that's going to be done starting in the spring. And there was a lot of talk about buffers for the bike lanes, and they're not sure how all of them are going to work. Some people want them in their neighborhoods, and some people don't want the buffers in their neighborhoods. And there's a lot of some folks want to get the push button arrows, which I can't understand, but apparently the arrows are bright yellow flashing, and some people don't consider them the safest method of controlling the traffic. When you press the button, press that push buttons, apparently you get some of these bright yellow arrows. I don't know anything about that, but I do know that some people are complaining that they're too bright and are distracting, and so they want to get rid of the flashing arrows and do something different. And then there was a presentation by Safe Streets for All, and they're in the process of designing video surveillance and making AI, or try to use AI to control traffic, but it's still being researched. It's just in the initial stages, and it'll take snapshots of maps and show projects, show different projects going on in the city, and it's just in the research stage yet. But the idea is to try to make streets safer by using AI and video to monitor traffic a little more closely. And then they want to add more sidewalks, crosswalks, and other related projects. They want to do a lot of projects to increase safety and decrease traffic flow. They want their limit is to get the speed limit 25 miles an hour pretty much in the city, anywhere in the city, or lower. And this also includes healthy streets where they're closing off the street and you can only walk or bike down the street. And there's going to be in the spring, there's also going to be a Kingsley Ingalls project. And there's going to be some construction going on North Main. And we're trying to get other boards and commissions involved in helping with some of this, especially with the comprehensive land use plan. And we also want to work on. They also want to start working on winter maintenance early. And they want to work with our commission as well as some of the other commissions to try to get winter maintenance a little better than they figured it had been this year. And that's the report.
Thank you. Is there any questions from anyone on the call, on the meeting, for Larry and the Transportation Commission? Okay, seeing none, thank you so much, Larry, for that update. We now go to the University of Michigan Council for Disability Concerns meeting update with Commissioner Matthew Solomon. Commissioner Solomon, take it away.
I'll keep it brief because I've lost my voice. There were two main items at the recent CFDC meeting. Reminder, these are Zoom meetings that are open to all. The first was a presentation about the Neurodiversity Project, which is a rather ambitious, large-scale initiative. If you're interested, you can find more about the Neurodiversity Project online. It has many components and many aspects. The other is to make you aware of the upcoming Beautiful Minds Conference, which will be held on April 14th, 2026, from 8:30 to 5 p.m. Those are the two main items from the meeting. That's all I have for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Commissioner Solomon. I hope your voice gets better. And I see we have some questions. Chair Keeler.
I do have a question. I'll write you about this eventually, but would your crew take care of, I've heard complaints about the Tubman Library bathroom, that it's not entirely accessible to people in chairs. I hear it's very tough to get in, easier to get out, but very tough to get in. The accessibility issues on that. Would your commission take care of address that issue?
So I believe we're in email correspondence about barriers. And if I'm not mistaken, I sent you a link to an online portal where accessibility barriers can be entered and tracked. I believe I
Oh,
sent
you're right. You
the-
did. Well, I'll track it there.
Yeah, that would be within the purview of this. The other contact point would be the Disability Navigators.
Okay. Well, thank you.
May I ask a question?
Yes,
Mrs.
go
Roth?
ahead, Commissioner Pecker, and then Commissioner Mozak is next.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let, real quick, the disability barriers. So if you notice something that could be improved at a street corner, you log onto that portal and,
It's only for M.
okay, for U of M. Thank you. So if you notice it within the campus of U of M, that's what it's for. All right. Appreciate clarifying that.
This is Commissioner Solomon. Did that get shared with all of us? Because I think that might be a benefit, that portal. How do we access it? If that could be shared with all of us, that I think that would be wonderful help. Because I use the campus all the time. I've come across my own issues. So it would be nice to have someone to direct them.
What I'll do is I'll send that to Kennedy today. And Kennedy, if you wouldn't mind sharing that more widely.
Of course, no problem. Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner Solomon.
All right, moving on to our next agenda topic, we have the chair report with Chair Keeler. Larry, take it away.
I'm not used to getting these, but I'm learning. So as chair, I have paid attention and have been looking at some things. One of the things that's coming up is there is a meeting with the what is it called? The Independent Oversight Committee.
Police Oversight Commission.
Independent Community Oversight Commission. Anyway, that deals with issues that deals with the police and I think I'm not exactly sure what we're going to talk about, but I'm sure there's, parking issues and stuff will probably come up there and how the police are going to handle them. And that is on Tuesday at 6 o'clock, the 24th. That would be next Tuesday. And it starts at 6. And there is public comment. And that's at City Hall, at Council Chambers. And the next day, on the 25th, there is a survey. Well, it's more than a survey. It's a project going on at the library that our ADA coordinator is putting on at Jenna, and they're going to observe. They want to observe the way they've got a few different applications with maps and you do this on your phone or on your computer, and you should be able to track different developments and see how they go. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to interact with me, but I think I might be able to use the voice computer. I've set up to go down there at 3:30 next week to figure that out. And I'm also going to the Independent Community Oversight Commission. And I will be there for a while, seeing what's going on there. And I've set up a presentation that so far should be a good one for next month with AAATA and updating us on what they're going to do for the coming May as far as bus rerouting and everything. And they should be able to answer a lot of our questions there. And with the DDA, thing, the handicap parking spaces, I should try to get in touch with one of the individual from DDA 2. Unless somebody else has a better connection than I do, I can probably do it.
Sorry, Larry, to interject. Are you under new business now for the handicap parking?
No, that was part of the project, and we'll get it. Okay, yeah, you're right. We can get into that more. We'll look at new business for that. And the other thing that didn't make old or new business is and maybe I should call. Is it appropriate to call for it here? Our volunteers for the Visions in June. That is June 3rd, and that is a Wednesday, and it goes from 11 to 4. And that's the reason I asked if when we should be registered by and how many people want to volunteer to be part of that. And should is this a time where I should probably call for volunteers?
You can go ahead and call for volunteers. Is there anyone?
Yeah, see, we didn't put it on the agenda, so I'm calling for volunteers for Visions because we also got to know. We also want to know how many are coming because they do give out sack lunches, and if we get 2 people and 4 people show up, they don't get a lunch. But if we register for them, they do. That's just part of it. So, any volunteers to attend and help run the booth?
If you are planning or would like to volunteer to participate in Visions, if you could please raise your hand so I'm able to take down the names. Okay, Commissioner Packard, I see your hand raised.
For some reason, my app is not giving me the hand raise prompt. So if you see me with this, it means hand raised.
Okay. So for now, I have Commissioner Packard. Larry, I know you are planning to be there.
I am attending.
Okay. Just so everyone knows, the event is from 11 to 4. You do not have to stay for the whole event. So if there's a certain amount of time that works for you to come and help, you are more than welcome to. It's right in downtown Ann Arbor at the downtown library branch. And lunch will be provided if those are.
And that is 343 Fifth, South Fifth.
So besides Commissioner Packard and Chair Kaler, are there any other volunteers? Commissioner Inkenbauer, go ahead. Are you volunteering?
Yeah. I could for sure.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I have you down.
Could I put in a little bit of a plug? I've been there the last couple of years. It's one of the greatest events of the year, especially for obviously blind, low vision. It's kind of how I met the folks here on the commission. I met some researchers with U of M's AI lab developing technologies for low vision, and actually got to participate in observing their research right at their lab where they're developing technologies. And so many different people from across the state are there from so many different technologies and aspects and services. It's just a really great place to network and get to know what's out there. So it's well worth it.
Chair Keeler, you have your hand raised.
Vice Chair Damon, did you say something about registering us for the commission or for the Vision?
Zach, are you able to unmute yourself? Let me see. Vice Chair Damon, can you hear us? Yes, Larry. For some reason, I don't think his speaker is working, but Chair Damon did say that he would register the commission for visions, and he will be there to also
That's
volunteer.
what he was saying. I'll call and confirm that. So far, then we have 4 that will register because
Correct.
we want to do this by as soon as we can. So far, I think we have 4 we want to register, but I will contact Zach later too, just to make sure he's still interested. And I think that's my report.
Commissioner Mozak, you have your hand raised.
I just have a quick, in the interest of finding new applicants, is there a way that we could have applications at the table for folks who may walk up and say they're interested? I know sometimes I've been at other events and they're like, oh, all you have to do is go on this website and da 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 da. By the time I've gotten home, I've forgotten or I didn't get all the information. I think they could walk away with a physical sheet of paper on either the actual application or a piece of paper that has the website and where to go. I think we might get more bites. So is that a acceptable request?
Yeah, so for this event, I will actually be bringing all of the materials. So, for example, if you'd like some applications there on the table, I'm more than happy to bring it. And I'll right at City Hall, so it's right down the street. So I'll be dropping off all the materials for Vision. So if you'd like some applications to be there, I'm more than happy to print off some hard copies.
Yes, thank you so much, Kennedy.
Of course, no problem.
Wonder why we never thought of that before. I've been at the table a number of years. Why hadn't we thought of that before? We do have other information we can put up. We had never thought of that.
Fantastic. Yes.
Good idea.
Vice Chair Damon is back. He has his hand raised. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, thank you, Kennedy, for letting everyone know that I had to step away. I do appreciate that. Yeah, Larry, what were you calling on me about? I assume that this was a Visions. I am responsible for submitting the application for Visions, folks. So in terms of the commission, we are going to need to get a number of commissioners that would like to attend, and we need to get that number soon, as the library pointed out. It is important that we get that, and then
that was already mentioned, but thank you.
We need to make sure that we also get any dietary restrictions that you guys have, because that's also listed as well in the application. So, thank you, Commissioner Mozak, for suggesting, I would say printed copies of applications. I would say this to sort of play the other side of the coin here. The reason we direct people to do online is because then that goes directly to the city, and they are directly able to see that information in terms of application processing. So I am not sure of the processes if we do have hard copies, who would then deliver those to Kennedy, and then how that information would get to and fro. But I just want to make sure that if we do have printed applications, that information is then treated with care and then delivered swiftly. Thank you.
Hi, Zach. This is Kennedy. For as far as getting the copies in, it's just like scanning any hard copies in. I also think it is a great idea just in case maybe those who are unable to fill out a hard copy there. I can see if maybe I can get the QR code on the table. So for those who would like to go online to fill it out, they can just scan it with the QR code, if that is helpful and something the commission's interested in.
Yeah, this is Zach Kennedy. I mean, I think all these options could definitely work. I think having a QR code to the application is very helpful. But then to Commissioner Mozak's point, I think as long as the application isn't too long, I think having a printed copy could be good as well. So, Yeah, I have no issue, and I would say, great addition, Kennedy. I think a
Okay.
QR code to the current Kodai application could be beneficial. What all
Okay.
of you think?
Yeah, that works for me. Commissioner Mozak, is that something that works for you, adding a QR code on the table as well?
It absolutely does. And to Jack's point about having a full application, maybe, and this is work for you, Kennedy, so you tell me, maybe just a slip of paper with the website on it, because not everyone has a smartphone. People can get access to computers, say at the library or whatever, to do an online application. So if we could have the website available, maybe on a little slip of paper, if you think that the application itself is too cumbersome, or maybe we just have all three, because as we know, we're all varied in our disabilities and our understandings, and it might be show how we are aware that everyone participates differently. So I think by having various ways of applying will go a long way for like public understanding.
Okay, so just to also let you know, we do still have the commission poster that has the Kodai website as a URL. So I'm happy to bring that poster. And then as far as doing all three, I'm happy to get a link to the QR code to the application, as well as if we need to have one QR code to the website on the table. I'm happy to get that as well. As far as the application goes, it's the same type of application as the one online. It's I don't think it'll be a lot to fill out. However, I'm open to making sure all three options are available for those who attend. Vice Chair Damon?
Yeah, thank you so much, Kennedy. And so, just to reiterate, you guys, and this will be the last comment I'll make on this, but if you would like to attend and be a part of our table for visions, please send your name, send your any dietary restrictions, and send that to Kennedy and myself. Um, uh, Soon, so that I can then submit the application. So, Kennedy, do you know? I forgot how many slots we can have. I think, um, gosh, guys, I think we can have up to like what, Larry, like five commissioners? Is that correct?
I'm not sure. I was thinking four just because, but I
Okay.
think we might be able to have one or two. You could check that since you were
Yeah,
willing to
I
do
think.
that. You can check that, but I know we usually get four anyway.
Yeah, I think it's four. I think it's four. I think you're right. So if there's anyone that wants to help fill those four slots and can be there, please just shoot your name and then any dietary restrictions and then what time you plan on arriving, just so we know. And yeah, again, great points for the flyers and the applications. Um, and then we also have to have a sort of a sweet treat, I think, to engage people to stop by and stay. Yes, Rob is going to have the amazing candy dish for us. Thank you, Rob. For anybody
Sure.
that can't see, Rob has donated the last couple of years an amazing cowboy hat candy dish. And it's awesome and
No,
engaging.
that is awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait uh to use that again. So we have our candy dish, guys. We just have to decide on some candy. Now, one thing that we want to make sure of when we decide on our snack, that there's a lot of people with different allergy out there, so uh just let us know if you have any suggestions, like when you email Kennedy and I, that you would like to fill one of those four slots for the table. If you also want to put a suggestion for a candy or a sweet treat that we could put there that could kind of be ubiquitous and also not cause any others some issues if there is an allergy, that would be great for some suggestions. And I'll be quiet right now. Thank you.
I
You're
have my
okay.
hand up in case it's still,
Yes, Larry, I
unless
saw your
somebody's
hand
got it
up.
up before me.
Nope, Larry,
Okay,
you have your hand up. And just
the
to confirm, right now we have Commissioner Packard, Commissioner Inkenbauer, Chair Kaler, and Vice Chair Damon volunteering to participate in Visions. So if there are any additional commissioners interested, just feel free to reach out to myself, Larry, and Zach, and I will put your name down.
Thank you.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, Larry, go ahead.
Okay, I just wondered if it was my turn. So on that, I think first of all, with the applications, I think we need a few, no more than 15 or 20 though, because we're not, obviously, we don't want to give these to people that are not going to be in town. And there's a lot of people from Lansing and Kalamazoo that come through and take a look and see what we do. And we don't really want to give them the applications for that. So we don't really need that many. And also I can testify to the need for some applications because sometimes I've tried to apply in the computer and like apply for things on the computer. And when I've tried to do some stuff for the commission, like renewing my application and whatnot, I've had to go down to Kennedy and say, could you help me do this? So there is a need for those. There's a need for those applications, a few of them anyway. And yeah, the suggestion for the cowboy hat is to fill out everybody's requirements. We will use styrofoam peanuts for a snack. But other than that, I'm done with that.
Okay, so moving on from the chair report, we will now go on to old business. Old business has the commission bylaws discussion with Larry Keeler. This discussion is about the language in the bylaws. The bylaws and attachments went out with the meeting agenda packet. And so Larry is looking to see if commissioners were able or are able to provide feedback on the issue he raised about the language regarding terms.
So first of all, were we supposed to be forming a committee? I thought we were going to form a committee to look at these.
Yep. So at our last meeting, I apologize. The committee did not find a chair for it. Commissioner Mozak volunteered to be a member of the bylaw subcommittee, but we still do not have a chair for that committee.
Well, is there, okay, I guess I would want to call for, again, is there anybody else interested in being on that committee?
I mean, I'm not able to do it. I don't have capacity at this time, but I'm willing to help Commissioner Mozak and any other commissioners who would like to be a part of the committee review these so that we can, adjust them and get them up to date and have them be clear. But again, I just do not have capacity to chair the bylaws committee at this time.
I could chair that committee, and that way we could get something going until we get somebody else who wants to chair it. And so I guess since the committee hasn't really met, since we haven't really put anything together, I would welcome commissioner suggestions. Has anybody read the bylaws, the amended bylaws?
Sorry, Larry. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to clarify. So, Larry, are you saying that you will be the chair of the commission bylaws committee, or are you volunteering?
I will chair it so we can get something, so we can at least get it organized.
Okay. Larry has nominated himself to be the chair of the bylaws committee subcommittee. Do we have? I'm sure we don't, but I have to ask.
Anybody opposed to it?
And do we have any additional volunteers? Knowing that we don't, we do not have to hold a vote. So, Larry, congratulations. You have been appointed as the bylaws committee chair. And Commissioner Mozak, are you still able to be a member of that committee?
I am.
Okay.
And we're gonna leave it open to have other members if you want to be another member, or if you have an idea, if you don't have any ideas right now, I would encourage you to look over the bylaws and the amended bylaws and see what you'd like to change or how you'd want to change the wordsmithing of the document. Because after we do approve it, we have to put it up to city council and they'll have to look at it and make sure it's cool with them.
Commissioner
So
Moses,
if
you
you,
had your hand raised?
Yeah, I do. So a couple of things. One, I thought in our February meeting, we said that, or maybe it was January, we said that we wanted to have everyone's eyes on it and thoughts provided by like May, like if anybody had any thoughts. And then I do believe that once we go through the bylaws, Larry, and we put in everyone's suggestions or and bring it to the commission. I'm not sure if it comes to the commission first or Kennedy, does it go to legal first? Because I know that city council does approve it, but I do believe that all bylaws need to go through the city.
you're right.
Yes, so that's correct. Once you guys review the bylaws and have suggested changes like the language for it, the suggested language is what gets sent to legal first. So once legal reviews the suggested language just to make sure, it complies with everything, then from there, the commission will then vote to send it to city council for changes. But you're correct, Commissioner Mosaic. A legal will review the suggested changes to the language first.
So was there anyone who read the bylaws and have a suggestion to have any suggestions?
Would
And
you like,
hearing
does
that, no,
anyone like more time?
Wasn't part of a main crux of the discussion is term limits?
Yes.
that was what got it started. But
Right.
if we want to, we'll work on that first. I would imagine we want to work on that first. But if we want to leave the bylaws committee open and look at other changes we might want to do, that we could do in the fall or as it goes along. But our initial thing is to work on that section. I forget what section it is right now. I don't have them with me. I think it was section 6. I think I could be wrong on that.
Vice Chair Damon, you
but
have your hand raised?
Yeah, so I believe it's in I believe that it talks about in section 1, and I believe it's in article 6, sections 1 and 2, it talks about elections and terms and things of that such. So it says officers of the commission shall be a chair and vice chair. Officers shall be elected by the plurality of the voting members of the commission. Voting shall be conducted by the voice or roll call vote. Officers shall be elected for a 2-year term that shall run from December 1 of the year of election to November 30 of the second following year. And then no member shall serve more than 2 consecutive full terms within the same office. So that's kind of the section I think that is in question.
Right.
I've read over it, and I do have suggestions saying that no member shall serve more than 2 consecutive full terms in the same office. Maybe we could reword it to something that that if a member is in good health and in good intellectual faculties, that if voted upon, they may serve another term within the same office, or however we would like to word it. However, I'm open to different suggestions. It's not something that is set in stone, but I just wanted to bring that section forward to the commission for discussion, and then we can talk about it a different time if needed. Kennedy?
Hi, thank you so much. So yes, that is the correct section of the bylaws that Chair Keeler wanted to change the language of, specifically regarding the terms for the chair and vice chair. Um, since Zach, you did provide feedback, if it makes sense, Larry, if you'd like, I can have everyone submit me their feedbacks via email if that's easier, and then discuss those changes next month, or if you'd like to hear if there are additional changes and still receive them via email, I am happy to do so. I just need to know what you like to do.
That would be good. I'd like to have at least Kathleen and I emailed on them, but the whole commission should be in on that. But I think since Commissioner Mozak and I are on it, we'll have to,
Okay. So I
be
guess I should
forward. I
ask.
think we'll have to set up a meeting, and I
Yes.
could talk to you, Commissioner Mozak, about that, because we can, since it's so far the two of us, we can say we're having an open meeting or whatever, and we could meet, discuss at a coffee shop for that matter, or we could put it on Zoom and have everybody be able to Zoom in, whatever we want to do. I just want to start getting it moving.
So I guess I also wanted to confirm, Larry and Commissioner Mozak, for the feedback of the changes to the language, is there a certain deadline you guys would like commissioners to submit this by, so I can put that in the communication? Would you like the discussion to be at next month's meeting or the May meeting?
I personally would like to at least be able to review some of the comments and that next month.
Okay.
So I would want the comments by next month.
Okay. Commissioner Mozak,
At
go
the
ahead.
latest.
I'm actually in complete agreement with Larry because we're only looking at this one section at this time. It's a small bite, and I would hope that we would all be able to, and if not all, but most of us should be able to get our eyes on it and put in our suggestions. And I am happy to hear, Larry, that you want to continue the conversation about the bylaws next fall in their entirety, because they haven't been looked at in their entirety since, I believe, 2013. So it is time to look at the whole thing, but I'm glad we're looking at this one section, and I think it's a small bite. So if everyone could, like Larry suggested, have it in before the next commission meeting, and we can talk about it then.
Okay, no problem. I will send out a additional communication to everyone. So that way, if they do have feedback, it can directly just go on that email thread. Commissioner Hawkins, you had your hand raised first.
Hi, I just wanted to clarify, when we were talking about the term limits, is that focused more on total time on the commission, or is that more for the roles with like chair and vice chair in terms of how long someone could serve in that role?
Yeah, good question.
I'd probably
I'll answer that.
Go
like
ahead, Larry.
maybe I'd probably go
The way.
18. So
well.
I didn't know if there was, I didn't know what which part of that you were directing that towards.
The way that the bylaws are currently set up is that a commissioner can be chair or vice chair. They can have the same office they're nominated for the same office for 2 years. Then they have the additional privilege of being nominated for the next 2 years. Then they either have to switch roles or step down and let somebody else take the chairmanship. So this is why Commissioner Damon couldn't, or Vice Chair Damon couldn't remain chair, because even though a lot of us didn't mind his position and we're all in favor of his position, he couldn't have it by the bylaws. But so we want to change that in lieu. Something like in lieu of any. Well, I got to figure out the wording, but basically, if we think after 4 years he's still the best choice, that he has no competition, we can just keep the slate of officers the same, or, or at least keep the chairmanship the same.
Correct. So Commissioner Mozak, it is for the chair and vice chair term limits. It's not for commissioners' term limits. It's just for what the bylaws say that the chair and vice chair term limits can be. Chair Keeler would like to change the language of that term limit so that if, for example, no one on the commission outside of those term limits volunteered to be the chair or vice chair, the person who is the chair at that time can continue to be the chair if no one volunteers.
But he'd still have to be voted chair. He'd still have to be voted.
Correct. The same process will still occur. It is just the changing
He
of the
could
language
run again.
of term limits.
Thank you for clarifying. I just wanted to make sure if that we were talking about chair versus like general commission.
Yeah, general commission, it does not matter. But for a chair and vice chair, that's the focus of the language change in that section. Vice Chair
And a lot of I don't know if we'll run into any issues because a lot of the commissions do change chairs frequently and a lot of them really don't have somebody chairing them as long as some others. They change chairs frequently, but I don't know how it works with the other commissions as far as those bylaws are.
Well, no, they're different. I know for HRC, Leslie Stanball has been the chair for numerous of years now. So they don't have a term limit. But ICPOC for sure does, for example.
Okay, we could change it.
Hi, yes, thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to point out, folks, for anybody that looks at the bylaw document, it's the top of page 5. So just to so it's articles, and then it says officers, and then it's section 1 at the top of page 5. So it's officer of the commission. So just so all of you can know where that is. But yeah, I mean, I just want you guys to know that, it's just something that we've wanted to kind of, review and see if, there is a legitimate change that's needed, and then give suggestions on, language. I mean, the goal, I think, of these bylaws is still to make sure that they're fair and equitable, and that every commissioner that is on the commission has an opportunity for leadership. And so I still think that that is important. However, where Larry and I ran into a bit of a struggle was that there were not necessarily many candidates for Larry and I for a while on the commission that could serve in vice chairman roles or in chairman roles at the time.
Well, they didn't want them, which is fine.
So in the event that there is no vice chair, or in the event that there are no commissioners that would like to step into those roles, we just want to be able to have a contingency so that commission business can still continue to be conducted. And that those that know the role of chairman or vice chairman can still conduct those roles if no other commissioners step forward. Thank you.
And I also think that with our commission in particular, we kind of have a limited supply of individuals who will serve through the community. We have generally have a limited supply of people, so it's very difficult to get a lot of people that would be interested. So I think that's where we want to make sure that we always have somebody who is interested and who is willing and who is energetic. And of course, most of all, trusted by the commission or voted on by the commission to be where they're supposed to be. So we don't kill the commission while we're trying to revamp.
Okay. Following up after that topic. So again, I will be sending out a reminder, or we're sending out another email about the bylaws, and Chair Keeler and Commissioner Zach would like thoughts and feedbacks submitted by the next commission meeting. And again, Chair Damon was able to share exactly where the section of the bylaws is. I will also include it in the email so you guys won't have a hard time finding it. Okay,
I have one other comment. I'd like to get enough comments in so that Commissioner Mozak and I can set up a meeting in the first week of April or before the next commission meeting. I'd like to try to set up a meeting with Commissioner Mozak and anybody else who would be interested in like the first week of April or second week of April so that we can have something to present to the commission.
Okay. Sounds good. Moving on from the commission bylaws discussion, we now have new business, and the topic under there is the handicap parking concern, DDA development and TIF plan with Chair Keeler. Chair Keeler?
I'm not sure how to address that, but I think we should. I want to try to get a hold of the DDA head, which Jeffrey Crockett gave us her number, and I'd like to do that. But I also think, did I see on there, because I thought that with the comprehensive land use plan, at least through all the comments and stuff I heard, I think that was tabled for city council. City council is it's going to go up on city. I think it's going to go up again in April.
It was approved. It was already approved.
Oh, it was approved.
Yes.
It was approved to table?
No, it was approved.
Oh,
Exhibit
that's
A.
not good.
Exhibit A and how the commission is structured out of city governance. This is a bigger problem to me. This is what I would like to raise under new business. We are structured out of this. We are an afterthought. We are a rubber stamp. We are performative, and I'm tired of it. We need to make some changes. I don't know what that looks like bureaucratically, but we are spinning our wheels year after year. We are not heard. We are not consulted. We are not respected. We are performative. This is not acceptable. I don't know what that looks like in terms of parliamentary procedure. I don't know what that looks like in terms of city bureaucracy, but it has to change. I believe it has to change. I believe this has to be a number one new business, with all due respect to all of the bureaucracy and all due respect to the existing city structures. This is simply not acceptable. The city does what it wants. Exhibit B, the disability ADA coordinator, who we fought to create that position. Where is that person now? Why are they not part of our meetings? Why are they not attuned to the concerns of this commission? What's wrong with this picture? There have to be structural changes. I don't think changes to the bylaws are the way to do this. I think we've got to be more ambitious. We've got to be noisier. We've got to step outside the box. That was I enter my fourth term with great trepidation because of how this commission has been overlooked. But in my fourth term, I would like very much to change the accepted order of things. It's not acceptable.
I would agree with that. And I'd like to know how to do that too, because I'd like us to have teeth and I'd like us to get something done. But I'm not even sure how to do that.
I think
a lot of it's bureaucratical, but
yes, I don't think that we really matter to the city. It's clear in the structure. It's clear in the fact that, again, I'm just absolutely shocked that the position that we fought for years is not particularly well represented here. I don't know if the job description actually lines up with what we hoped it would. I really have no idea. And the fact that this just keeps happening year after year, the comprehensive land use plan just sails right through. Whatever it is, fill in the blank. It sails right through. whatever our objections, they're basically ignored. So I have a real problem with this. Again, from my position, if I thought I could do something as, chair or vice chair of this committee, I would have run for that office. I think we've got to do something outside this commission in order to matter to the city. And for me, that time is now. I can't wait. I've waited 9 years. I've tried to advocate within the structures. As far as I can tell, it's not working. And so I want to make a change. Maybe it's just me, but to me, this is new business. I don't know what it looks like, but I think we end up burning so much time on the performative aspects of our agenda that we don't ever get to the advocacy piece of like, how do we actually get a real say in things that might matter to us? I'm really, frankly, just a little tired and a little frustrated of the way this is structured.
Hey, Matthew, this is Zach, Vice Chairman, and I just want to thank you for being honest and giving us your honest opinion and your honest feedback. And Chair Keeler, I would love for us to really think about different avenues that we can address concerns that Commissioner Solomon has and figure out ways to address that. And what does being heard and seen look like, and really knowing what that vision is so that we can communicate that, because in my opinion, there's been some opportunity for some things, and then other things, as Commissioner Solomon pointed out, we've been kind of put towards the last minute or something on other things. So it's definitely a balance, but I appreciate Commissioner Solomon and his viewpoint.
Well, and I agree with him, because when I took over being chair of the commission, I didn't just want to be, taken over just because Zach couldn't do it. I want to make a difference in the commission while I'm here. And I don't quite know how to do that and give us more teeth either. I'd like to figure that out. I'd like to find out some ways to get that so we are noticed. I totally agree with him.
Yeah, Larry, and in terms of the ADA coordinator, I just want to point out that the ADA coordinator has been present at our meetings recently. They're not here today, but they have been present. So, I'm hoping that the ADA coordinator can still be present and can still attend our meetings and be available for our feedback. And I know that if we email the ADA coordinator, which any of us commissioners can do, they will get right back to us. And from my experience and talks with that individual, they're more than willing to hear what we have to say.
Commissioner Mozak, you have your hand raised.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted still. This may be a little bit out of order because Council Member Ghazi Edwin is not here today, but she has been a very good advocate for us, a very good voice. And since she is a seated council member, she may be the person to go to and ask for advice on how this commission can get more teeth, how we might want to approach the system that we feel is not listening to us and taking our advice or asking for our advice either just before the fact or after the fact. I wholeheartedly agree with Commissioner Solomon and Commissioner Keeler that I've been on this commission also for a very long time. And sometimes I just feel like, I don't feel like I'm doing the community the work that it deserves to have done for it. So again, the councilwoman is not here, but she has been an excellent advocate, and she may just be somebody to sit down and have coffee with and say, this is what our struggle is. What do you suggest that I as chair, or I as Larry, or even Vice Chair Damon, how can we help our commission work through this bureaucracy?
Commissioner Buis, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I don't disagree with anything that any of you have just said. I know I'm one of the newer members of the commission, and I think, your points are very well spoken and very well taken. So I would concur.
Commissioner Solomon, yeah. And then Commissioner Packer, you'll go next. Sorry, I didn't see the thing. I saw your hand once I looked up. Sorry.
Kathleen, great minds think alike. It's on the calendar. We're meeting. I would urge others to set up such meetings as well. I agree. A real champion of the disability community. How do we break through this bureaucracy? There are certain commissions that have veto power. They have a real say over what goes on in city governance. We are not one of them. Could we become such a body that transportation matters have to come through here, that housing matters have to come through here? Otherwise, we're going to keep getting structured out of the equation, and we're going to keep having our meetings, and we're going to keep being an afterthought. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm glad to hear that other people are feeling some of the same things that I am feeling on this committee. Thank you.
Commissioner
Commissioner
Packer, go
Solomon,
ahead.
I've been on here since 2011. So, yeah, I see where you're coming
Commissioner
from.
Thank you. I mean, I've talked before about that we're stronger together when we unite and see each other and meet each other and go to these public events together. Like I got to know, even though I do have some vision, what everyone is like, and meet them face to face. And I think that empowers us when we get together. There's the event coming up that stood out that I think Zach emailed us about with the community police on the 24th at 6 p.m. And I think that's a great opportunity for us to go out and see those who might meet those with disabilities firsthand on the streets of Ann Arbor. And that gets back to what I was saying earlier. How do we find those who fall through the cracks? And that's a great opportunity. So I absolutely hope to be there or plan to be there that day. But those kinds of events, going out in public and meeting and getting to know each other face to face. So hopefully I see you all on the 24th, Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, I think, at 6.
This coming Tuesday, yeah.
I think that's a great opportunity just to get rolling on that and how we can be more connected with the community here. So I just wanted to add that, but I agree with everything you said. Well, I just wanted to throw, while I'm have the floor for a second, I took a closer look at my calendar, and I have a commitment I can't get out of, unfortunately, for Visions. So I will see you, whoever can make it this Tuesday at 6 at the City Hall police event. But I will not be able to make it to the Visions this year, unfortunately. But the hat will, though. So there's that. Anyway.
I'll take the hat.
Sure.
I don't know if you'll get it back, but I'll take the hat and bring it over there.
Yeah.
No, I do like that hat, though.
Well, I'm with you 100%. I think what you just said is very critical and very important, and I'm so glad that you mentioned that. It's hard issues to talk about, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, okay, Larry, I had a quick question. So under this agenda topic, as far as minute goes, would you like me to like put down that the commission will be setting up meetings to address these concerns?
Yes.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
So I'm sure we'll hear a lot more from them.
Yeah, I would love it if something was on record. The commission feels that it has been bypassed repeatedly. I don't know what the other words, I think in the minutes should reflect some of the wording that was used today about what the commission's role is in the city. I personally would like some of that on record in the minutes.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I will add in the discussion that the commission had. I just wanted to clarify as like next steps what should it put under the meeting minutes, but it sounds like you guys will be, or commissioners will be having meetings. And Larry, I think you did say you were going to contact the DDA. Are you still planning to do that?
I am going to do that because I'd like to see what she had to say.
Okay.
Since we might have been cut out of some of that. I heard from Mr. Crockett, but I want to see what she has to say. And I'm also, this week, I will also email Commissioner or Councilwoman Gazi Edwin and see what ideas she has and keep in contact with everybody because at the very least, I'd like to sit down with her and maybe Vice Chair Damon, and I'd like to sit down with Commissioner Solomon too, since he has such an interest, and see what we can all do. And anybody else, of course, anybody else who wants, but those are the ones that come to my mind foremost.
Yeah, Larry, this is Chair Damon. Really quick, I'm happy to sit down with you, Commissioner Solomon, Councilmember Edwin, and anyone else who would like to join that with Councilmember to really air it out and form a plan.
Not only air it out, but actually get some ideas where how we can try to use and cut through, cut into this bureaucracy so we can get, so we have to be noticed. I think that's what Commissioner Solomon, if I'm not mistaken, is getting at, is that we don't just want to be noticed, we have to be noticed. I feel that we have to be noticed.
Certainly, if Ann Arbor wants to congratulate itself on what an inclusive city it is, then yes, we need to do a better job.
And we ought to be able to be in a position where we can do the job that we are volunteered to do. I mean, as chair right now, I mean, I have a lot of tongue twisting ability, but I've got the smarts, I've got the drive. I just got to figure out how to use it. And I got to figure out how to use it and how to move people a little bit.
I personally would propose that we have a closer connection with the ADA coordinator. It seems like that person who has been present from time to time has a stronger connection to the issues that are being brought forward. Again, I'm sure they're putting in their hours on a weekly basis. I'm just want to make sure it's aligned maybe a little better with the concerns of the commission if possible.
Oh, you're taking along the same lines as me, except I think she has to be there. I think she ought to be required to be there every meeting. My personal feeling, but we have just out of time's sake, we've got about 12 minutes before we have to officially end.
Larry?
Yes.
It's Commissioner Hawkins. I just wanted to add, I do feel like it's important to have Aisha in those discussions because I feel like having been on the commission for about as long as Commissioner Solomon and a couple other people, like I feel like we've gotten a lot of movement and leverage that we didn't have before we had Councilwoman. I feel like she has figured out how to work around some of this, so I think having her perspective both from a city hall side and from a disability commission side could be helpful.
and is speaking from one who's been on the commission since 2011. We have accomplished a few things, but I don't think we've accomplished enough. We have accomplished a few things. We've gotten a few things done, but overall, not as much as I'd like to have taken credit for.
Okay, so the last thing on our agenda is communications. At this time, are there any communications for the commission?
I've got one, but I'll let anybody else go first.
I don't see any hand raised, Larry, so you can go ahead.
Again, my communication, if you guys haven't already known, is that they do have the independent, the board, the independent, what is that again, Kennedy?
Independent Community Police Oversight Commission.
Oversight Commission. That thing is meeting on the 24th, and they're meeting at council chambers at 6 p.m. And that's a Tuesday. And I don't know how long they're going to go till, but they're going to meet there, and there will be public comment. So if you have any questions, I don't know, because one of the things I'm planning to, and I don't know if I should address it as part of the commission or as my concern. I'll probably address it as my concern, but I think the commission will back it. One of my big things is bikes. Bikes on the sidewalks and not using the bike lanes, and high-speed scooters doing the same thing, because I've been clipped in danger of being knocked over and stuff several times on the sidewalk when I know there's existing bike lanes. And I'm actually going to bring that up at that commission. That's my first thing. If anyone's not attending and wants me to bring up something else and I can fit it into the public comment, I'll do it.
I also wanted to just let everybody know, if you're unable to attend in person, the meeting will also be live on CTN, and public comment is available in person and virtually. So if you're unable to attend in person, you're able to attend virtually, and also if you have public comment, you're able to do that virtually as well. Commissioner Moza?
Oh, that's cool, because if I can't.
Yeah, go ahead, Larry. You said if you can't. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I was going to say, if I can't attend the whole thing, if I have to leave, I can come home and watch the rest of it on the CTN.
Yes, that's true. Commissioner Mozak?
I just wanted to add, we've been talking a lot about services with AAATA, and I wanted to remind everyone that they do have a local advisory council. They meet sorry, I'm losing my voice here. They meet the second Tuesday of every month. The next meeting is the 14th of April. They meet from 1 p.m. until 2:30 p.m. It is a hybrid meeting, so people are allowed to come in via Zoom. All the information is online at theride.org, and I believe it is under About, and then go to Leadership, and then under Leadership you'll see LAC, and you can get all the information that you need from there. But it would be nice to see some of the issues that we've seen raised here get a little bit more traction, and that's a good way to get more traction, is to actually meet with the council itself for the ride.
And we also have them presenting at in April. I think Gretchen's going to do the one who did the presentation last month or last couple weeks. I think she's going to be presenting in April 15th, as far as I know. At least that's what my communication with Forrest sent, and I sent that to you, Kennedy. And I have also brought up a lot of concerns that are talked about in the commission. I have brought them up in LAC, so I've been doing a lot of that. If the commission has some issues, I've been bringing that up. Some of our ideas that we come up with, I have been bringing them up. So hopefully we can see some of your public comment, and I'll keep pushing on it. And I'm sure Commissioner Mozak will too.
All righty. Any other communications? Well, if none, we move on to the funnest part of our agenda, adjournment. Can Larry call for a motion?
I guess Larry could.
I'll move to
No, I'm
adjourn.
going to hold them. I want to hold them here till after the Transportation Commission. I'm calling for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Yeah, this is Vice Chair.
Anybody
Dan.
like
I'll
to
move
make that?
adjourn.
And a
So
second?
first, is there a second?
This is Commissioner Mozak. I will second for adjournment.
I was going to say, nobody wants to go. They took me serious. All in favor of adjourning this meeting? Say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
You, Commissioner Packard, sound like you want to go to sleep.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, aye.
But
I don't
in
want-
that case, this meeting is adjourned.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next month.